What is going on, everybody? As I said on the iPhone 5s video, I'm sorry I didn't make the background look good. It's actually dark outside, as you can't tell. I made the iPhone 6s and iPhone 6 video look pretty well, and it's just kind of discriminatory for me to do that, and I apologize beforehand. Now, I did install iOS 12 Beta 8 on the iPhone 7, and we're going to take a super quick look at it. But one weird thing is that this was actually one of those iPhones that I did install Beta 7 on, and I didn't even realize it at the time, but it actually successfully went through on iTunes. But I thought it didn't go through, but that is really weird that happened. But even when I booted this phone up, it still worked perfectly fine. I didn't have any issues, but some people did have problems on Beta 7, and that is why we got this midweek release of Beta 8, like on a Wednesday when they usually release on Monday, but before they release on Tuesdays. So that is kind of strange, but I'm willing to, it's not that big of a deal. Now, like I said, this was pretty much just a fixer-upper of what Beta 7 did. A lot of people were having slow speeds, and some people said it only happened for like the first 10 to 15 seconds, which is, if you're willing to give up some speed performance for 10-15 seconds to gain back it later, I guess that's okay. But really, that's kind of weird for Apple to do, also to release a beta and have it glitchy like that already and to retract it. And I was freaking out too because I wanted to update and review these betas, and I was stuck at Starbucks and I was trying to update it, but I couldn't. So really, this is where we're at now with Beta 8 in the middle of the week. Now, overall, it seems pretty stable. It doesn't seem like it's glitching up or anything like that. As you can see, my phone is a little hot from updating, but that's completely okay. And now, actually, I want to step back and talk about Beta 5 and Beta 6, specifically Beta 6, because that was the last version I was technically on my daily driver. And I had a weird problem with voice memos. I don't even know where it's at. I think it's in this folder. But basically, whenever I would make a voice memo and I would go and connect to my car with Bluetooth, I would randomly hear my voice memos playing on my speakers. And usually it's like a song or something, but in this case, it was voice memos, and that was really awkward. If I had somebody in my car at the time, you could hear me like my grocery list or whatever it is, and I have to like apologize and write them a letter and all that stuff about how I apologize for that because I put them in such an awkward position. And it's honestly so weird. Like, why is that happening? And every time I would go in, I would go and you would see the voice memo box right here, and I would click pause, but it wouldn't pause. It just kept playing. So I had to disconnect my Bluetooth, and I haven't connected it since. So that is really weird that happened. Now, I did run a benchmark, and before I show you these scores, I want to say that I actually freshly booted up iOS. I think it was iOS 12 beta something when I did this score, so keep that in mind. This isn't actually what it should be. This is a very high score for what this phone should be because I did factory reset it. So on iOS 12 beta 7, I had a multi-core score of 197,127. Now, like I said, that isn't high because it's on beta 7. It's high because I factory resetted it. But when I redid it, I got a multi-core score of 147,607. So it went down about 50,000 points. But like I said, it's not like necessarily 50,000. Like, you're not going to notice it. On my other iPhones, I did notice that it did go down, but it only went down like 1,000 at max, I think, or maybe like 2,000 or 3,000. It's definitely not like 50,000 like this. But again, speed and performance seem okay. And that was mostly just because I factory reset it. I want to reiterate that like 5 times because I'm still going to have people saying like, oh my God, that's crazy. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? I factory reset it. Every time you do it, the speed goes up. If you guys don't know, now you know. But my closing thought with Beta 8, and more specifically iOS 12 in general, I'm looking forward to it. I don't necessarily think it's going to be like iOS 11. I think they're taking their time with it. But again, I don't necessarily like how they're taking away features at the same time. So they're taking away group FaceTime, which is okay if they have to do it, but it's kind of weird that they would even mention it and bring it into the betas, but then take it out. I never even used group FaceTime, but I don't want them just like being able to do that all the time. They did it with iOS 11, and they're probably going to do it in the future, but it's kind of weird that they've started doing that more often. And that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, but definitely hit that subscribe button. We are still giving away an iPhone 6s and an iPhone SE. You have 2 more days to enter. I'm picking the winners this Friday. And in order to enter, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both those links are down in the description, so make sure you guys enter that. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. And hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.